I made 20-30 bucks today.
That's not too bad.
JK. Somebody doesn't have streamer mode.
Me? Why?
I don't know.
That's streamer mode.
I heard
Streamer
a
mode?
bloop bloop.
That's you.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
Oops. Schluck.
when did it come out?
I'll turn them off. I'll turn them off. I got it. Get out of here, flies.
Shoe fly. Don't
Bother us. I'm keeping Bust to move on.
I would just say the Sing one and the hair tie would need to be removed.
Yeah, the hair tie, hairspray. Wait, we're keeping Schluck or we're getting rid of Schluck?
You can keep Schluck.
Okay. Sing mode. IRL voice ban or no voice ban?
Yeah, I added that one. Don't be like that.
Okay. Deleting it. Just kidding. I left it on.
Maybe one day it'll get used right. See, the girls are ignoring us.
What?
That's not the way that works.
Oh no, I was practicing from when you redeemed it last time. So what is it? You can't talk for 3 minutes, or
Yeah, so you
Instead
can't
of-
use your real life voice for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's also like a very hard to get one. It's 10,000 points.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
It's gonna be very difficult.
I did that one, and then I lowered the guide the raid to 1,000, but there's only one per stream. So that way, like, we can be more encouraging of people to suggest people.
I like that.
that's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
And then y'all said Alex boosted the server, right?
Yeah,
Twice.
twice.
Did y'all want to shout him out in stream or?
I was actually kind of considering maybe doing some perks in the Discord server, but I don't know what. Like, he's already subbed to us.
I think a shout out is fine.
Okay. Did Ethan freeze again?
Yeah. See him breathing.
Damn.
I'm just kidding. He did freeze. He's like super good at that mannequin challenge.
Right? Look at him. Look at him. 60 seconds.
Is there one-liner order?
Puzzled.
NJ, me, Peach, Crazy.
Dude, what's up? I'm sorry if that was loud.
I'm back.
Hey,
The boom.
the bone. Hey there, Boone. My name is Hank. No, I don't sound like Hank. I sound like a combination of Hank and Kermit the Frog.
Yep.
It's just really easy to do use voice.
Doing good, Boone.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Monday. It's a fun day. Oh, that's supposed to say something different. I'll be right back. Literally about to start. Those damn kids knocked on the door.
Damn neighborhood kids.
Damn hoodlums. Yeah, things happen.
I think Ethan's still frozen. Oh. Just around the river bend stuck in my head. Just around the river bend.
Hey, NJ, can you give us
Another one.
Yeah, dude.
That voice mod sounds a lot better than the other one that you had.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I had two. The other one was like super soft, so I changed it for this one. But it's quite loud. It's very loud. Give us a second, guys. We're waiting on Crazy. Oh, you got Boone too, NJ. Stuck in his head now.
Well, maybe we need a watch party.
We're watching Pocahontas.
Boone, like, how's life? How's your garden? How's working out?
Yeah, how's that going? Yeah, I forget how much time it's been since we've chatted with Boone, or since we've seen Boone. But I also have like little to no concept of time, so that's also on me.
Right? I'll be like, yeah, I just talked to you the other day. And you're like, oh, it's been 4 months. My bad.
You got one pepper. Well,
Nice.
Crazy's also doing like an awesome garden, and he's been getting squash and other stuff.
Wow.
Ow.
Wow.
For your back muscles?
Oh, jeez, are you okay? I must have hurt like a bitch. Crazy not back?
Not yet.
Uh-oh.
He probably had to do like a quick
Could be it.
restart or something.
Yeah. So, Alan's Kindle took a shit.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
It like wouldn't turn on.
Yeah, look.
It's stuck on like the.
Like, I'll hold it forever and it just cycles into this. Hang on. Oh, no, it's dead. Not even blinking anymore.
And
I would
guess what?
contact what?
So I contacted Amazon,
Okay.
and the warranty expired May 27th.
Bitch.
What's up, Ryzen? Let's see if it boosts
They
this
do
time.
that every time. That happened with my first Kindle. I guess a corner or something had poked it, so it gave like a weird crack spot on one of the edges. And so I went to contact, Amazon about the warranty. It was like 2 weeks before.
Mm-hmm.
That's bullshit.
Lots of pain all the time. Sucks. Oh, Boone, I'm so sorry. That really stinks. Here, NJ, sup everyone. Sup Ryzen, I hope you're having a good Monday. But yeah, no, I was pissed. So I was just like, I wasn't gonna be a Karen about it, I was just kind of like, well, that sucks. I appreciate your time, and I guess because I was nice, I offered a discount on another Kindle, and then put a $35 credit on Alan's Amazon account.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So technically, if you wanted to buy another one, it'd be like $25-$30 out of pocket.
Yeah, I can probably get another one, especially right now. Like isn't it like Prime Day or Prime Week or something like that?
He's-
Yeah,
I think it's on the
Prime Day's
21st.
Oh, it changed. We brought it back to life.
Did you try turning it off and on
Talking
again?
No, dude, we have been. You think I wouldn't?
Oh my gosh, we have tried so many different things, different plugs, different wires, different ports, like plugging it into your computer.
Yeah.
Maybe
Been
it
a
just needed to
bitch.
fully die.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Either way, got Amazon money.
Thanks for the
Daddy
monies, Daddy
Bezos.
Bezos. How you doing, Ryzen? What's up, bro? I love these buttons. They're great. Let me push.
Another one.
Thanks for coming to our chill stream.
We're just gonna be hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be chill stream. Chill stream day.
Yeah, chill stream day. Oh, all
Yeah,
right, Boone. I'll
sounds
go check
good.
it out.
Posted a pic of the garden. Also got back to work. Oh, okay. With your
Oh.
torn back muscles? Oh wow.
Wow. Ooh, Ryzen, I want to hear your top 10 questions. And where is that?
Dude,
photo?
Ryzen forever has the best questions.
He really does. I loved his poll suggestions during our slumber party.
Yeah, those are
Oh,
great. Wow, hey, that's a great garden right there. Boone. Here, hold on. I got you.
Wow.
Great garden.
Wow.
Hey, Crazy, you're back.
Yay, Crazy's back.
Woo!
Hey, it's working
Yay.
now.
Yay.
You guys can't hear it, but the crowd's cheering for Crazy. Crazy.
I just think of Maui. Oh, you're so amazing.
I'm waiting for your camera to start. Come on.
Come on.
Come on. That's a Futurama guy,
That's so
right?
gross. So.
Okay. I said the word of the day. What's the word of the day?
Can y'all see my camera yet?
Nah.
No.
Oh.
You may have to turn your camera off and turn it back on. Like in Discord.
Better.
Hey, that's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. We're
Woo.
in business.
Wow.
My handsome.
All right, give us a quick second, guys. We're gonna start.
Give me a break.
Open up, kiss that Kit Kat bar.
I gotta switch everything.
The topics we discuss are many.
No story too bold.
Strictly our own opinions.
But they are opinions from people like you.
Welcome to the NAKE'd Podcast.
Happy Monday, everybody. Oh, so, my bad. Happy Monday, everybody. It's your girl, NJ.
What up, guys? Doing the thing I love most. Puzzles.
Not Kermit the Frog here. Welcome to the NAKE'd Podcast.
Hey, it's me, the fourth guy. I'm here. It's me, Ethan.
What's up, Crazy? You had some technical difficulties there?
Just a little bit, but hopefully I fixed them so nobody will yell at me that I'm frozen during the stream.
Did you tell your computer who's boss?
I turned it off and I turned it back on.
There you go. There you go. That's what I like to hear.
Did a pillow sleep on it?
No, I did it through the system tools.
Yeah, that's smart.
Mm.
Don't heat throttle your computer.
Just so you know, I moonlight as Frozone on the weekends. So
Wait, are we all frozen? How are we all frozen? I don't see us all frozen. You're
He's.
Hmm?
It was a joke.
Okay.
It was a joke.
Oh.
You got one, Raisin. You got one.
Got me. Here. I got the perfect soundbite for you.
Wow.
Wow.
You guys-
Wow.
What?
wow.
Wow.
I'm having too much fun with the soundboard. I'm putting it away. Sorry, guys.
He'll pull it back out in 5 minutes. Don't worry, it's okay.
Another one.
What?
Okay, Ben.
What? You're saying that Alan has a short attention span? That's really mean.
What?
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 Wow.
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 Wow. I can't even do it right.
Wow.
Wow.
Like name a better actor than Owen Wilson, right? Like
His
he
brother.
can play Owen Wilson no matter what.
Good point. Good point.
What is Luke Wilson even in? It took me a minute to even remember that. name.
Idiocracy.
Also, Legally Blonde and Legally Blonde 2, I think.
No, we don't count those movies.
Oh.
Legally
What?
Blonde. Yeah, he was a
Yeah.
lawyer. In that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Elle Woods' love
Oh,
interest.
that's Luke Wilson. I love him.
He was
So in that
also in
70s
Old
show?
School, wasn't he?
Y-
Yeah, he was
Was
in that
he?
70s
Yeah.
show. He
Yeah.
was the Kelso's older brother.
Yeah. I forgot he
The
was
other
Kelso's older
Kelso.
brother. The other Kelso.
Yeah, he was-
Yeah.
Yeah, he bangs Donna.
I forgot that happened.
Speaking
Hey.
of that 70s show, there was somebody said this. So you know how the 70s show was made in the 90s, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, the 70s were like 20 years before that. If somebody made that 90s show, it would be like kind of the same perspective today. It was 20 years from the 90s. Let's just
True
let that
that.
marinate for a minute.
Anyway.
For it. Let's do it.
It just
That
takes
90s
place in
show, I want it.
Seattle.
They already tried that 80s show and it failed. They like did an episode
Yeah.
and it was like the worst episode.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be where Topher Grace came back and they were just in the 80s, right?
Yeah. It was after he left, so it's in the last season, and it was the one episode like kind of flash forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
I think they would-
Boone.
They would do so much better with that 90s show though. Not
Yeah.
even like the same cast characters, whole new cast.
See,
Give me
see
a
the problem
rundown.
is if they did that 80s show, they would all be coked out of their minds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think that the 90s would be a good idea because that's kind of already covered off fresh off the boat. So maybe the 2000s.
No, you do
No.
90s in South Central LA. Snoop
Mhm.
Dogg coming up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh my god. And then
Joker!
you'll have the death of Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. to go
Yeah.
through.
Go through all of it.
You guys couldn't hear that, but there was a sad horn there.
See, I
Ooh,
told you
would you
that
rather
happened
give the
there.
best advice to others but never know yourself? Or would you have all your bad choices turned out to be good in the end?
Bad
Well-
choice is good in the end.
Yeah, I mean, the second one just sounds so much more wholesome.
Yeah, I like that one better. Joker, how are you doing, bro?
What up, Shady?
Look at that shady
I'm Slim
Joker.
Shady, I'm the real Slim Shady. Just
Oh, I got. Hold on. Hold on. We gotta
Oh.
do this right.
I think only.
I
the
already
stream
give
has me
advice to
13.
others, but never take it myself, Ryzen. So I would rather have all my bad choices be good in the end.
Same. Same. What are we waiting on? Oh,
I
that's right.
don't
Now
know.
Something
Go ahead.
good. We're waiting on something good. We can't start until Crazy comes back with whatever he's getting.
So while we're waiting for him, let me tell you about how long I waited in the DMV today to get my license renewed. It's an hour and a half.
There you go, Joker.
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
so nice.
So yeah, I went back the next day to get one, and they were all gone.
Oh shit, really?
Damn.
They were only on sale for the one day there.
Fuck. I need to check our
believe it.
HEB.
I was like, you sons of bitches.
What's up, Dom?
Hey Dom, how's it?
So I asked Joker, "Is like, is this really a rare one, or did I get hosed?" He's like, "You probably got hosed."
Nah, dude.
Still, it's pretty cool.
Dude, Selena stuff
know.
sells out so fast.
I mean, especially here, right?
Yeah.
Especially here.
Do you remember when they did the cups back in 2016 or 2017 at the 7-Elevens? Or no, it was before at the Valeros.
Yeah,
Yeah. Those got
I
sold
mean,
so
you-
quickly.
yeah. You slap Selena on it, it's
reusable
gone.
HEB bag. It was gone in
There's
like 10
lights for
minutes.
those.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We got two.
Oh yeah, it's all for Selena.
Anything
wait.
for
Selena's.
Selena's.
If you're not familiar, Selena is was a Latin artist, and she held number one for quite some time. She died too young.
Mm.
It's very
She died-
sensitive.
She died
Fun
at the age
fact:
of 25.
Selena Gomez is named after her.
Hmm.
She is.
Yeah.
That's how old it is.
Yeah.
In the new season, they showed Beyonce meeting Selena. It's like just a passing thing,
Boo, that's garbage.
but apparently
Boo.
she actually did meet her whenever she was younger.
How? I thought Selena died in '96.
She died in 95.
Beyonce would have been
95.
a young girl by then.
Yeah. Anyway.
So
After
wait,
older.
she wasn't like a pop star or anything at that point, but she met her.
Yeah, no, she
Oh,
was
nice.
like somewhere between 8 and 12, I think. Whenever she
Damn.
met her in passing, like at a mall.
Well, Beyonce is from Houston, so it makes sense that she would know
Yeah.
about Selena.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, guys. Do you want to get the show on the road?
Yeah.
That's enough Selena talk for today. Tune
I
in
can
next
talk about it
episode
sometimes.
for the Selena 5 minute.
5 minutes of Selena's.
Anything.
I love that.
5 minutes.
You can get the official millennials rendition of Bida Bida Bamba.
Bee bum bum. Wait, Kermit. Kermit, take the stage. Beady beady bum bum. That's my best.
On his little like, what does he have? Not a banjo, but
It's a banjo.
He has a banjo.
Yeah. Kermit plays the banjo, and I think banjo converts easily to the guitar.
I could
So
go on
any-
a 5-minute rant about how much I hate your.
Fuck Yolanda.
She murdered Selena. If you
She
weren't
sucks
aware.
more than Kathleen Kennedy.
I don't know. I mean, Yolanda did murder Selena in broad daylight, but at the same time, Kathleen Kennedy murdered billions of souls. You know what I mean?
No. She murdered a franchise.
Right?
Almost.
Almost.
It had to be revived.
Yeah. But
To be
hey,
determined.
we only had one Selena. Anyway.
I mean, 1.5. I'll give J-Lo the half.
Okay, fair. You
She
know
did
what?
a really good job.
Yeah, she did. NJ,
Anyway,
do you want me to?
What else sucked is
Okay.
the EA hack.
Another cybersecurity attack? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Another one.
Bites the dust.
Another one.
Another one.
Oh, wait.
So
wait.
Another one.
All right. Go ahead.
Better late than never.
Would you rather be motivated or disciplined? Well, don't you have to be disciplined and motivated?
And to be disciplined in order to do your motivation.
I would rather be
On
motivated.
the EA. The EA hack.
I'm ready.
Yeah. So how this happened? So this hacker group, basically able to buy stolen cookies from EA, and they got like user credentials, and then they contacted EA's IT and they're just like, hey, I lost my phone at a party last night, send me auth code. And they were able to get in that way just by using like another person's credentials. It happened, and not only did it happen once, it happened successfully twice, which is stupid. So what the hackers ended up doing is they stole source code from the new FIFA game, and I think another game that they were working on. So no player data was accessed or stolen, and what actually ended up happening, the hacker group, I guess they started fighting with each other on like who had the actual source code, and there was like scams going on in the black market of who had the right source code. And it took like one particular hacker that showed screenshots of how they entered into EA's system for them to kind of know like how they did it. And apparently, according to Alan, like the access was actually like a pretty rudimentary way.
Yeah. I
mean, that's always the easiest way, right? Ting ting.
And to answer your question, Dom, it's not the first time that EA has been hacked by a small hacker organization, and we've seen video game company hacks ever since the Xbox 360. So it's not uncommon. Like, these guys just want free games, from what I can tell.
Free games.
I mean, I just feel like, well, the way that the Colonial Pipeline hack turned out, that it kind of emboldened a lot of these people at the moment, right? So you're gonna have a bunch of younger hacker groups. Let's see what they can get away with. And I mean, so did you hear about the thing that happened in New Jersey? So the one plant that exploded?
No.
Oh, there was a plant that exploded in New Jersey over the last day or so. And they are leaning towards that it might have been hacked, and that they told two valves to do the opposite. So valves go and boom.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy. What kind of facility was this?
I don't have all the details. It was like one of those things that just popped up in the news feed. And yeah, I didn't read into it that much. But
it's just like another hack. You know, we had the hack on the meat industry. There was a hack on the pipeline. Earlier this year, was it CD Project Red was hacked?
Yeah.
And they put out Cyberpunk, right?
Yeah, Cyberpunk 2077. They also put out a whole bunch of other.
And I think it really just comes down to, like, this is an IT professional. An IT professional heard this excuse and then not only once but twice gave them access into the system, and it was like done over Slack. So what kind of like flaws or other things that Slack is not doing for these companies, you know, to make it not as secure?
I don't even think it's a Slack problem. Like, realistically thinking about it, the hack wasn't through Slack. It was basic oh my god, there's a term for this, social engineering. You know, pretend to be someone else enough and you can pass as them. But this IT person probably no longer works there. There should have been a ticket. Like, if I were the IT person on the other end, I would tell them, hey, well, sorry to hear that you lost your phone. You're gonna have to submit a ticket and get your get your multi-factor authentication reset, and you'll probably need to change your password. So I'm gonna go ahead and change your password now. Boom.
Yeah, that's my next question, right? Because I know, like, even Discord and stuff, you have to have two-factor authentication now, or
Mhm.
there's like that's pretty much standard everywhere. Why are they letting people into the system that easy?
Honestly, here's the other thing. How old
Puzzle
was
will
that
look up
record?
eventually?
How old was that password?
A
Like,
newbie, yeah.
That's the other thing.
Newbie, yeah. What?
Like, how old was that password? How old was the data that they bought? Where did they get the data from, NJ?
From cookies they bought for $10 on the black market.
Jesus.
Holy crap.
So that's why you block all cookies.
Well, I mean, there's that, but there's also, change your passwords.
Yeah.
Like
and don't
every
use the
90
same
days.
password for everything.
Exactly. And there's also like this massive password, already guest passwords on the internet list somewhere. It's like 47,000 entries now.
So is a setup to have randomized passwords a good or bad thing?
You asking me?
Personally, for me, it'd be bad because I'd end up getting locked out of the thing that held all my passwords.
Even randomized passwords can be hacked. Just make it a phrase.
Something that you remember.
Yeah.
One of my old, I don't know, is this smart to give one of my old passwords? Right?
Mm.
No.
Unless
Okay,
if it's like
okay.
10 years old. But even then.
Never mind. It was a funny phrase. In 10 years, I'll let you guys know what it is.
It was Peach's big blank.
Let me write that down for the next password.
Yeah. I'm gonna steal that one too.
A sentence from Scythe. Nice.
That's a good one. Like, the longer the password, the more secure it is. But with randomization, you only have so much. Phrases
But that's what I'm
work
saying.
better for memorization.
Yeah, but so like if you use a computer to do a randomized password,
Hmm.
then that just tells me a computer can randomize and solve your password. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's totally possible, and it'll take a couple of years.
Would it really
Um,
take only a couple of years?
Yeah, no. There's a calculator on the internet that'll actually tell you how long it'll take your password to be cracked, if you will, like how long it takes a computer to generate and figure out what password it is. The longer the passwords, the more years you add. One of the
So
passwords.
if you put your password into this system to find out how long it'll take it to crack, technically, didn't that system just social engineer you to hack your password in seconds?
No, I've thought of that. No, because it is SSL. It's very secure, and it doesn't store the passwords. And the only thing that saves the password, if anything, might be your cookies. And that's another good reason to always delete your cookies after a couple of months.
My cookies.
I mean, my cookies last like 2 days max, right? Like I bake them and I'm like, rah, 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 rah.
All right, Cookie Monster.
I have a
C
Cookie
is
Monster
for
shirt. I
cookie.
should go put it on.
Good. Not right now.
You
though.
are wearing blue.
Yeah. Cookie.
Well, that's because I think y'all are worth my attention, but Puzzle's busy on her reading her book right now.
Here, Crazy. I got you.
What?
There you go. Look at Ethan's face right there.
Doing my puzzle.
Oh, there you go. Puzzle's doing a puzzle. So what? We got really off topic here. What
Choo choo.
What video game source code did they steal, NJ?
FIFA, and I was looking for the other one. It was
That's a random game to steal, FIFA.
yeah, it was like
Right.
2021 FIFA, and then something else, and they stole the source code for it.
I mean,
um,
like 2021 FIFA is the same as like 2020 FIFA and 2019 and 2018.
The other game is called Frostbite. So there's actually like I thought this was really cool that there's a cybercrime intelligence firms. So there's one firm called Intel 17, and they're actually investigating, I guess, the hack in general. And that kind of like brings me to another question, like in this age of what we with the I don't know, we kind of grew up through a time where it was like chemical warfare was like the big scare, right?
Mhm.
Now it's like cyber warfare to a degree.
Absolutely.
Like what kind of job field is this going to create too? And do we even have the sustain economy for that job field if there's a silicon shortage for one, and then two, all that technology is in China right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, technically, some of it's in Taiwan. Sorry, I'm getting real technical. I'm sorry.
Our segue was so much better.
Yeah, I tried.
I'm sorry. So, Taiwan is a big fucking subject to cover.
I know. So before you get going, Alan, I was
Okay.
telling Puzzle this earlier, right?
Okay.
I go, okay. So knowing your point of view, for the most part, and you being a commie, what do you think
Me?
of China and Taiwan?
Okay.
Are you gonna John Cena us?
I'm not a commie. I may be atheist, or not even agnostic.
That's a religion. That's
Well,
a religion.
okay.
You mean a socialist?
No. I know that's a religion, but that's one of the things that came out of the Cold War.
Say that you would. I could safely say you're not a communist, but you would probably lean more towards socialist.
Socialism, yeah, I agree. No,
socialism bad.
Socialist bad. Okay.
I just wanted to throw you off a little. Okay, now back to your serious topic.
All right. So so I think you should provide a little bit of history though, because it took me a little bit of time to really understand the situation between Taiwan and China.
Okay. So Taiwan is an independent nation, and they've been independent for a long time after they separated from mainland China. And China kind of let them do their own thing, kind of around the same time when Hong Kong was taken away from China by the United Kingdoms, and United Kingdoms released Hong Kong and some other colonies that they had to be set up as governments by themselves. So that spawned Hong Kong, Taiwan, and a couple of other nations I can't think of. And ever since then, China has been trying to reel these nations back in. First, they started with Hong Kong, and I want to say they're almost successful. We still don't know what's going on, as there aren't any reports. And any democratic Chinese citizen, they would either escape to Taiwan or Hong Kong. And now China has their eyes set on Taiwan, and they've been doing it for the past 40 years, where they've been trying to force people into saying, no, Taiwan is a part of China.
So just a little, before we go too far off Taiwan, a little background on Taiwan. One of the reasons that Taiwan has always been a thorn in China's side is because at the time when the Communist Party took over in the Communist Revolution of China, the current ruling class and the elites at that time, they all fled to Taiwan to get away from the Communist Party. So, in one aspect of, if you go into like dynasty people, they are technically they have a claim to be the rulers of China, right? The family's there, but this is generations, right? So we've kind of developed, they themselves have developed into a democracy that mirrors the United States. And the downside with Hong Kong is it's supposed to be a neutral state, a two-party system there that China agreed to when England agreed to release Hong Kong as a colony. They signed the agreement that China will not interfere with Hong Kong's government, until 2035, I think it is. I could be wrong on the date, but it was 50 years, right?
Yeah.
So from the signing of the agreement, 50 years to let Hong Kong decide what it wants, more or less. Well, yeah, they've pretty much gone against that agreement and threw it out the window at this point.
Yeah, no, they've definitely broken some treaties by doing this, especially with trying to influence the media. But that's the thing. There's nothing in the treaty that says that they can't influence media to say that Taiwan is a part of Hong Kong. Like this is my personal tinfoil hat theory. Is I believe that China wants to control the superconductor market, the processor market, and the silicon market, because technically every chipset, whichever one it may be, either newest one or the old ones that are sitting in a drawer here next to my desk, they're all hackable to some level of degree just based off of the frequency that they have. And that's just to get super technical. But it would be in China's best interest, because we've lost the microprocessor technology to Taiwan. There's no way to recover that technology without moving thousands of feet of building. Not just one building, multiple buildings.
So that's the thing, that Taiwan just wants to be independent. That's all they want. They don't want any more garbage. They want to be part of the World Health Organization, which China does not allow them to be. They want to be their own country, but even the U.S. officially doesn't recognize them as their own country. So, I mean, you feel bad for the people, but what do we do at this point? China is preparing beaching drill. I mean, they do beaching drill. China is doing everything they can and they're preparing to invade Taiwan. There's not a when, or it's not a if they are, it's a when are they.
Yeah.
And I think that's scary too, in the forms of right now we have so much business in China as it is because it's cheaper, right? I feel like China played the long game by a long shot, and I feel like the US government for multiple administrations have placated China to a degree, and I don't have the faith that the current administration can backpedal from where we're at. And I think China said recently, Alan, maybe back me up here because you're the one who told me this. What did China say recently?
So, last week, Chinese officials were okay. So this all kind of goes down to what's been going on with our current administration. Our current administration has been putting more sanctions over China, and because of these sanctions, because of this, everyone is up in arms. In every fucking industry, they're pissed off because they can't get the shipments in from China because China's not cooperating with a whole bunch of other things. And the United States government has already had enough. Every single industry, from car manufacturers to computer components, have had enough. And last week, Chinese officials came out on the news and said, "We are done with the Westerners. They're gonna get what's coming to them." That's kind of a close translation, and that's something that I heard on Philip DeFranco's show. I'll be able to find out more after.
So
did you watch any?
War-
Yeah, did you watch any of the peace summit that Biden held between China and us in Alaska?
I didn't get a chance to.
No, not the G7. That's a whole nother story. God, that was a shit show, guy.
I heard it was a shit show.
Yeah, but no. So it was the opening statements. It was 15 minutes of the Chinese diplomats yelling at our Secretary of State. It's just, and they took.
God.
It's just I think China has moved past the point of fear. You know what I mean? They no longer fear anybody, but they deem that they're gonna be feared. So
yeah,
I mean, one thing at the G7 summit that came up that didn't include Russia or China. It was the 7 largest economies in the world except for Russia and China. So that's 2 and 3. But on that, Biden proposed a democratic alternative to the Belt and Road Initiative. So they want American taxpayers to try to fund a reverse version, another option for people to have so they don't have to take the Chinese money in the Belt and Road Initiative. See, like, so when you come down to world domination, right? China's playing the long game, like NJ said. Okay. So we opened up trade in, I think, the early 90s. I think George Bush Sr. was the one that opened up trade to China. So we opened up trade to China. And so this whole time, China's been taking all the money we give them and they invest it into their super highways. Their super railways. The rail is amazing.
Yeah.
And they also took all of it and put it into the Belt and Road Initiative, which pretty much loans money to small countries that are desperate in need of money. And in turn, China gets claim to all their resources, whether gold, uranium, lithium,
Sounds like a bad deal.
all their natural resources as collateral. Well, then when they don't pay back the loan, China comes in and takes the resources because they legally own it now. So this is the way China's been expanding their influence in the world. So Biden has suggested that we should do a democratic alternative to this, which in theory is a great idea, but at the same time it's a little too late, and we don't have the tax base that China does, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they have 1.3 billion people that either work at dirt cheap rate and pay a shit ton of money to the government just to be alive, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, we
Also,
sorry, I was just gonna say, like, we have like millionaires and billionaires. We have way more of them here than China does. But
No, we don't.
Chinese, we don't.
I can guarantee China has almost as many billionaires as us.
Okay. Oh, and that's a good poll. No, so I thought I remember reading somewhere that we had a few more, but could have been.
I mean, I
wrong.
could be wrong totally, but I'm pretty sure that they might have surpassed us in millionaires.
Mhm.
But the issue with our billionaires is that we have a few billionaires with all the money.
Yeah, and who are sharing?
Well, I mean, in all fairness, if they earned it, it's theirs. Like, you're not entitled to what they earned.
No, I'm not saying that we should be entitled to what they earn, but how the fuck does Jeff Bezos not pay anything in taxes, or Amazon not paying anything in taxes, and they're paying all the workers dirt cheap, and we as taxpayers are having to support them by putting them on Medicaid and Medicare, and
I mean, they're
chip
still in a higher
programs.
tax bracket, so they technically pay a higher share in taxes, but at the same time, like, Jeff Bezos' worth is not in cash liquid assets, right?
Yeah.
Like, when you pay your taxes, you're paying your income tax, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if Jeff Bezos pays himself a salary of $10 million a year, he's still paying taxes on that $10 million he earned that year. I mean, he's still getting a check in employment tax, just like the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what you're talking about is a capital gains tax, which, since he owns, so that's the thing. He
Okay.
owns so many shares of Amazon. Amazon shares are worth this much money. So in turn, he's worth that much money. So you're wanting to impose a tax on his shares of Amazon, which again comes back to what Biden's plan is that he announced at the G Summit or 7 Summit,
Mhm.
was that they want to implement a worldwide corporate tax base,
Yeah.
right? So I believe it's around 18% that they want to raise. So right now it should be around 12%. They
Mhm.
want to raise it up to around 18. Biden's end goal is around 2022. So then corporations like Amazon and stuff would pay more taxes in. But again, it's very hard to tax shares. Like, I mean, you've traded Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the year, do you want to pay taxes on every single one of those Bitcoins, even though it's just sitting in your bank?
Okay, fair point.
That's just
Fair
that's
point.
why I don't enjoy the capital gains tax. Now I definitely think that our income tax needs to be split up to way better brackets, right?
Mhm.
Like, but also I'm a firm believer that nobody should pay more than 30% of their income to the government. Like, sorry, that's not fair.
Yeah. I
So
can
to
agree
say
with
you
them on
want to, yeah, like you could tax him and he still has 5 million to live off of, but why should he pay 5 million to the government? You know?
Well, imagine
It's
what's
like
gonna
that
happen.
Dave Chappelle meme with
Mhm.
like his like money. It's like
Yeah, right.
Well, imagine what's gonna happen to the price of silicon once Taiwan is under Chinese rule. They're gonna bring
Oh,
that up.
and I mean, me personally, I don't think we should go to a world war, but at the same time, we can't let Taiwan fall. If we
Mhm.
let Taiwan fall to China, that's the domino.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
else is nothing at that point because they'll have no fear of anything.
Yeah, I mean
I
they.
also heard that China's dealings with Russia too. They have a lot of stake in Russian diamonds there, like as a source of
Mhm.
wealth. Can you imagine that China and Russia, of the two biggest, I guess, I wouldn't say contender, but you know what I'm getting at, like of the U.S. partnering up, like that's
Well,
scary
that's
in
like
itself.
technically the arms race. We lost to Russia. They
Mhm.
have more registered nuclear weapons than we have, right?
Mhm.
And it's just like, but again, China and Russia aren't as cozy as everyone believes, right? Like they're friendly and they work together, but I mean, Russia will, if World War III happened, Russia would most likely behave the same way they behaved in World War II.
And
They'll
what's
be
not
on the winning side.
to say that we're not already fighting World War III, but it's no longer physical.
In
It's
cyber world.
exactly
Yeah.
like we're
Well, I mean,
hacked
at least we
almost.
have.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm actually like I'm not opposed to a flat tax. I think if the government actually drew up a budget and said, "Hey, this is what we need," and do a flat tax per bracket and reschedule the brackets, we're good.
What about the Clintons?
Fuck the Clintons, man. Well,
Clinton's
that
just
was a
gonna
bad
kill
segue.
everybody.
Hey, I mean they'd be getting taxed too.
So
Someone has to do the segues. Puzzle's been doing a puzzle.
Right?
No, I finished it. Yay! I was stuck on
All
that
right.
one for ages.
So what happened with the Clintons?
I don't know. You tell me, man. Something about a reporter.
I was waiting. I thought Puzzle did.
Oh, yeah.
This journalist wrote a book, and the Clintons didn't like it.
She said that very puzzled.
Playing up to her name.
So that's
they did what they
another
did.
thing that. So again, this is all conspiracy theory, right?
Mhm.
Tinfoil hat time.
Everybody's heard the conspiracy theory about the Clinton body count, right?
Yeah.
So that
I've seen them
Hillary
do it.
Clinton and Bill Clinton run the biggest mob in the world. That's the theory, the conspiracy theory. So they so a lot of people believe they killed Epstein. The whole premise behind the Clinton body count is that for some reason people who are associated with the Clintons usually commit suicide at a younger age, right? There's I think the official count is like 56 people that were attached to the Clintons have committed suicide. Some
that
explain,
include-
some not.
Does
what?
that include the reporter who talked about the elite hiding their money in the Panama Canal? Like expose the
Probably.
whole scheme?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you'd have to go down a giant list. Now,
And they're still hiding their
some
money
of
in the
them,
Panama Canal. That hasn't
yeah,
stopped.
some of the people on the list have very close ties to the Clinton. Some have very obscure. You're just like, that's questionable. But for the most part, it's all a little too much coinciding for me, right? I don't think there's that much coincidence in the world.
Yeah, I know. When's this a coincidence?
50 times is a oops.
Definitely agree that Epstein didn't kill himself. I'm just not like, I don't know about the whole Clinton conspiracy. I'm just kind of like, I don't know.
So this journalist, he recently wrote a book in the last couple of years. I think it's been 5 years since he published the book, but the book started getting a little more popular over the last year and a half. And so the whole book was about, at the time in 2016, the Attorney General of the Obama administration came to a tarmac, went on a private jet, had a 30-minute, 40-minute conversation with Bill Clinton, got off the jet, and then the plane took off. So there's a lot of speculation of what it was talked about, what was going on. But at that time was the whole Clinton email server. That whole thing was going down.
That's right, her private emails.
No, not her private emails. She had government
emails.
She was running her Department of Defense email through her own private email server.
That's what I meant. Yeah. I got you.
And then she destroyed 30,000 emails that were technically government property.
This guy, Peter Smith, he wrote a book about the whole email debacle, and it started gaining traction last year. And then what? So why now?
Yeah.
That's where it becomes questionable about it being tied to the Clintons, right? Why? So 5 years after he published a book, why would he kill him, or why would they take him out? But again, if you subscribe to the theory, it's not hard to believe the Clintons wait for the perfect moment, right?
I mean, anything could be apples and oranges, right? Like you can compare you can link anything to anything, like by any manner of deduction.
Yeah, the 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon, or 6 degrees.
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Right. Yeah. I think that the manner that he passed away or quote unquote committed suicide is sketchy, because he was like in a hotel room, and it was apparently a very peaceful way to go, but he left a note that said something along the effect of no foul play or something to that degree. And
sus.
Yeah, it's super sus. It is super sus.
I just want to point to my Among Us character. Like, that is very sus. If I were gonna kill myself, I wouldn't leave a note saying there was no foul play.
So yeah, he left behind 3 small children and a wife.
Something along the lines of, this is one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make, but not be like, don't worry guys, totally my choice. No foul play here.
Yeah.
Blink twice if you're in danger.
It sounds like a little horse shit.
We can take one of the millennials' headset. Whose headset would you take? Like headphones?
Everybody should pick Peaches. He's the actual, he has the real setup.
The real nice ones.
Yeah.
We all have
5.
We made it work.
My computer won't turn on Bluetooth anymore, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, why now?
Yeah, that's the big
5
question.
years after his book. Is it like, so his book started getting traction last year, and so maybe is it something that's in the book that could point to them, or somebody connected the dots on something and didn't really pay attention to it when it first came out?
I mean, so one theory was that he had an insider, right? Feeding him information, and there's a chance he could be working on a news story. Or he's bringing light onto a situation that if looked into, it could go into a lot deeper for them. So there's a lot of little issues that could happen. Again, he could have just been sad and upset with his own life. I mean, it's totally possible that it's not foul play, as
Yeah.
the note said. But then again, we don't have the biggest trust in media lately.
It's also true.
But what media can we trust?
Disney Plus.
Bunch of millennials.
Hey, make sure to subscribe.
So, Crazy, you were talking about a really interesting theory before we started recording about an extended adolescence.
So it's been floating around, right? But again, so this week or last week, there was some guys on Fox News, and they made the comment about AOC and how she's suffering from extended adolescence and refusing to grow up, right? And so they were making some comments about her, but it also got me thinking, like, maybe there is some truth behind what they were saying. Just for the simple fact, name a friend. Don't actually name a friend. Don't dox anyone. But you can name a friend who at the age of 23 was still living with their mother. Or their father. Or their family. Right?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it, right? But at the same time, to understand that it is taking our generation a little longer to mature to where our parents were at that age, right? When my parents were 25, I can tell you, like my dad, when he was 25, he already had 3 kids and a house.
Can you imagine that at 25? Like, that has me shook right now.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So there's nothing wrong with the way we're doing ours, but if you do think about it, one way I've been looking at it is, if you notice, our grandparents have been a lot older than their parents, right? And the way our generations are going, our generation had a huge step in technology and medical tech, right? So the fact that millennials could live to be 120 is not out of the question, right? And if you even look at our parents, look at pictures of your grandparents to when your parents are at that age, right? Or look at pictures of where you are compared to your parents. It looks like humanity is evolving to age a little slower. So would that not make sense that adolescence would then be extended?
We're turning into hobbits and halflings little by little.
Well, you also have to take into account that, yes, we may be, I guess, aging slower, but the biggest difference is, and it all comes back down to some of the stuff we've said earlier, is minimum wage and how much you can get with $20 then compared to now. Like, you could get a lot more with $20 compared to $20 now in the year 2021. Like, inflation has been a big thing, and I think that's why we're not really, I guess, moving out of the house as sooner. And I felt that may have been an insult to AOC, because Fox is always targeting her.
Well, I mean,
in
but
regards
then again,
to-
she's also but that's like, I'm not trying to slight her, or that's what I'm saying.
I got you.
If
I'm
you,
thinking.
yeah, if she is a very immature person, right? As elected politician, she's known for the clapback. She has to have the last word. When she went down to the border and cried at a fence to an empty parking lot, I mean, I've been to that same facility, so I know where she was standing. She was standing at the facility, but she was at like the first gate when you got to get through like multiple gates, right? But like everything is for show or dramatic, right? So just taking the fact that she reminds me of the popular girl in high school, right? And so, not to slight her, but at the same time, it's like you can see that she might get mature one day, right? And kind of get out of the naive ideas that she has. But at the same time, it's just taking people longer to understand that those ideas are kind of naive, and there is a bigger picture that you have to play into.
I can agree to disagree with you on that. I do agree and to an extent, but not fully. But
Yeah.
I can see it in terms of Gen Z, right? Like Gen Z in particular is very different from millennials, extremely different from Gen X, and of course the polar opposite of boomers. And the way that Gen Z, they said millennials are the anxious ones. Well, Gen Z is just as bad, if not worse. I think that we can see that extended adolescence, especially in Gen Z. And when you talk about naive viewpoints or not really thinking bigger picture, I could totally see that in our next generation, because things are easier because of technology, because of our medical advancements, and there wasn't really that struggle point there. Like we remember the time where, we drank water out of a water hose and we had to be home by a certain time or call from a friend's house phone. Like we remember times like that.
Mm-hmm.
Gen Z's never going to have that. Like everything is instantly at their fingertips. And I feel like that is going to contribute in some way to a lack of maturity. So I definitely think that what you're saying has a lot of substance to it.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I mean, even look at just like buying a house in general for, millennials especially. It's a lot harder for us because we've already seen the housing crash of 2007. So bankers, they aren't giving out as easy time of loans, mostly because we're not making the money in equivalence to what they used to, what they needed to. So you even see like our popular TV shows, New Girl, How I Met Your Mother. People are living with roommates until their early 30s.
Yeah.
Well, the extended adolescence definitely carries over in some degree, especially for us millennials, because we still really love Disney movies.
I'm a big fan of Disney TV shows, but same.
Give me the Mandalorian. I need it.
And one Disney movie that we recently got to see was Raya and the Last Dragon. It finally became free on Disney Plus because your girl's not paying that extra $30.
Stop trying to make Disney Premier Access a thing. It's not gonna happen.
But that's the thing. Like, there's a lot of people that just do it, right? Because they need something new right then and there. Like, they need the fix of something new.
The only one that tempted me to do it was Cruella. I was about that. But then we were able to actually go to the theater to see it. It was a much nicer experience than just...
Everybody go to your local theater. I need AMC stock to get even higher, so just go do it.
Yeah. Only go to AMC.
I loved Raya and the Last Dragon. It was really cute. It was a different story too. Like I'm so tired of Disney, like revamping these live actions, and it's actually like a new story. It's really
I
cute.
think that was some of the upside with the other one. My mind just went blank. The D&D one.
Onward.
Yes.
Outward.
Yeah.
I love that one.
It was a new story. Like, okay, the outline's the same, but the characters, they're actually different than what we're used to seeing. There were new elements involved. Like, and of course it's going to give us the children's tale of, you should learn how to trust, My Little Pony, friendship is magic. But it filled a niche, and it's really refreshing to see, the Disney princesses, they're kicking butt on their own. Moana, now Raya, Elsa,
Yeah.
I really liked not just that, but also, the message of hope and the idea of, what is it called? Kumandra, like working together. And I thought that was a really great message, like just be decent. Don't be a dick. Like that was ultimately the message. Don't be a dick. Just work together.
Yeah.
And
Not everybody is out to get you. Calm your ass down.
Fang's out to get you.
At the very end of the
what
credits.
did she call her?
Oh my god!
What
I
did
don't
she call
remember.
her? A Benchari? And I was
Yeah,
like, did she
Venturi.
just call her a bitch?
I think so. I think that was their word for it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like the show. So for one, I don't get the whole like I don't remember offhand. Did they bring back the Snoo dragon?
What are you talking about?
Snoola? The dragon in the whole show.
Sisu?
Suzu. Yeah.
Sisu.
Sisu.
Yeah. Yeah. She
They
came
brought her
at the
back,
end.
right?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
brought Suzu
Yeah.
back.
But when that chick shoots her with a crossbow, spoiler alert, everybody. But when she shoots her with a crossbow, I was like, fuck this bitch. And then
But she probably wouldn't have shot her if Rhea didn't
God.
run towards her with the sword.
you know
I
what?
don't-
If
look,
she didn't have a
look.
crossbow pointed at her, she wouldn't have shot her either. How about that?
Yeah, I had to say, but Peach had the best like thing to say at that moment.
She wasn't She wasn't practicing safe trigger practices. She had her finger on the trigger. That's not safe trigger practices. What's wrong with her?
I
Did nobody teach you?
I'm like half crying. I'm like, how dare you make that
mean-
joke right now?
So in that moment, why would Raya do anything but mistrust her, right? Like
Exactly.
she's lied and backstabbed Raya her entire life. Because of this chick, the whole world is plunged into darkness. And you're like, oh, now she's betrayed us and pointing a crossbow at us. I should just trust her. It's like, nah.
Redemption.
Redemption. There's always a choice. You always have a choice between right and wrong. And you have a choice to redeem yourself in that.
Yeah.
And I'm not opposed to her having her redemption moment, right? But I don't think through the story she earned the right to save the world. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Like,
I agree.
Raya went through all of this shit, right? She found the last dragon. She gathered all the stones just to show up at the end, and this bitch that fucking ruined everything
She did
It's
1%
a
of the
Venturi.
work.
saves the world. It was just,
She was
yeah,
the
it was.
person in a group project.
Oh my god.
She was the presenter, okay?
Yeah.
I think that was it. I think the story would have been it would have been a better ending if the chick from Fang went, I need to make up for everything I've done. I trust that you'll save the world, Raya. Hands her the stone and then turns to stone instead of the
I
opposite.
agree.
Yeah.
That would have been a more powerful message, I think.
Yeah.
That would have been a better redemption than her almost even saying her fucking it all up in the long run. And she almost didn't even save the world.
Right?
He almost ran again.
Ryzen,
Well-
that'd be Austria. Austria, we go live in Austria. We're close enough to all my favorite countries.
Well,
But yeah, no,
So-
that the little kid cook killed me.
Right.
Oh, he was so
he was so
cute.
cute.
mhm.
I
Nah.
really like Tong, the big guy from Spine.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
He was nice.
name's Noe. Did you just not read her collar?
That's who I
did
like.
I think it was
The
cute
girl.
that like he lost his young children, so of course he just falls into the nanny role.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He was cute.
I really enjoyed the baby Noi, right? That was the name of the collar.
Mhm.
Noi with her
Mhm.
family of baboons or whatever they were.
Monkey family.
Monkey family.
The Khan family.
Mhm.
When they're discussing their tactic to get into the Fang Temple, I really liked the style that they used. Like, it was almost like a comic style of art. And
Mhm.
I would love to see a whole movie like that. I think it'd be really cool. Probably very expensive, but very cool.
Mhm.
Yeah. What else is coming out on
so-
Disney Plus?
Loki. Have you guys watched it?
Yeah.
We watched
Yeah.
it the day after it came out, so we were pretty excited.
Yeah.
It took me a minute, but I finally recognized Owen Wilson.
Wow.
Wow. Wait, I have a button for this.
Wow.
It's so weird to see him in that role.
Mm-hmm.
It fits him, but then you're like, that's Owen Wilson. Like, it's weird.
Ryzen, we already did this when we hit 50 subs.
Oh,
I
yeah.
definitely pitched Peach for 2 billion.
Oh, yeah, Ryzen. You'd see me with 2 black eyes. She hit me twice just to make sure.
That's 4 billion.
I wouldn't even cause an indentation.
But yeah, no, I liked Loki for what it was. And so there's the two ways I see it turning out. Either they're gonna play all the time variants and then wipe it all clean at the end. Like this whole thing was a variant. Or they're actually gonna introduce the Time Bureau into the Marvel universe.
I'm excited. Nonetheless, this is something new. I didn't think I'd be excited for Phase 4, but I very much am. But one of the biggest things that really stood out to me is when the TVA announced Loki instead of Odin as Lifu-san.
Mm-hmm.
Like
He's frustrating. That's his dad. Yeah.
Yeah. I knew that was his dad. I love how they really kept going with what happened in Endgame when Loki announced himself. Like he accepted Odinson's family as his family, but
that
said that he was the one.
yet.
Oh yeah.
So this is taking place in 2012.
Yeah.
So he left.
Loki, yeah.
He sees it in the film.
Yeah. But
He
I
sees
like
in
how
the film that
kept
all
that.
his wishes come true.
Mm-hmm.
I loved how Owen Wilson gave him, Mobius gave him sneaky therapy. Like, he didn't even know that he was in a therapy session at that moment. And I'm just like, you know what? This is amazing growth for him. Yes, get that therapy. It just goes to show you that everybody, even gods, could benefit from therapy.
Even Loki, the god of mischief.
Okay, so not to spoil anything, but have y'all figured out who the bad guy is yet?
Yeah. They
Yeah,
tell us at the end.
himself.
Or herself?
Or,
Oh, that's right.
So, yeah, everybody believes that it's the female Loki is going to be the bad guy.
That makes sense because
Ooh.
Loki is very fluid. I mean, Hel is
in
his
the-
daughter.
The breakdown of everything when they show all his, like his age, his hairstyle, and it says gender fluid in the show.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that. So that's one of the leading rumors that is going to be the female one. Plus, in all the promotional material, all the clips they showed, it's him with a woman. So who else would it be?
oh, I didn't even realize that. Did you guys watch the legacy videos? I really like how Marvel does that.
No, we didn't watch
Those,
it for that.
It's like 5 minutes each, and there's like 3 of them, and it kind of gives you a brief recap in case you don't have 30 hours to watch all the Marvel movies again.
Yeah. It like runs
No,
you
but I
down through their
definitely-
storyline or wherever they were included. Go ahead.
I mean, I've enjoyed WandaVision. I enjoyed Winter Soldier and Falcon for. I mean, there was a few issues during it that we all noticed, right? But I think that was the storyline itself being changed so rapidly at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really good. I mean, it ended well. So I think I'm curious to see how Loki ends because Kevin Feige said Loki is going to have more effect on the Marvel universe than anything else
Ooh.
to this point. So
Oh.
You
It might
know
be a
that-
thing that I've seen people point out is just like the inconsistent, like the time variant, the leader people.
TVA.
Yeah, like the elders when like they step into like middle. Like a lot of people have like in the Facebook groups I'm in, they've been going back and forth of, oh well, if they're stepping in for this, why didn't they step in for that, or why didn't they do this
Sacred
or
timeline.
whatever. Yeah.
They say they do everything so they get a certain outcome because they've looked at all the multiverses, like what would happen.
Yeah.
Everything happens
It
for
was
their
like meant
divine
to
purpose.
happen.
Yeah. Like they bring it up, why did they allow the Avengers to time travel? Well, because that was planned. That was
Yeah.
meant to happen.
Interested to
I
see what
think it's gonna
happens.
end. I think it's gonna end well, but also I'm hoping that he teams up with female Loki and they wreck the sacred timeline, and then that leads into Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
That.
Ooh,
Yeah, I like that.
I like that.
That makes a lot of sense. So does that mean that the Loki and Doctor Strange's new movie are going to tie in the X-Men timeline? Because technically X-Men was split up into 2 timelines. After
Yeah, I mean that's the question. It's gonna open that door definitely.
Mm-hmm. Like the timeline with Deadpool is completely different than the original 3 X-Men movies.
I thought it was the opposite. Deadpool timeline ties in with the timeline of the first 3. That's why Colossus is the same one from the first 3 movies.
No, it's the First Class and the follow-up to First Class. Then from there it breaks out into Logan, which the 3 Logan movies are in 2 different timelines. Logan and Wolverine are on the timeline with the original X-Men movies, and then Old Man Logan is on the second timeline with Deadpool.
Yeah, because I thought Old Man Logan takes place with the second Wolverine movie where he goes to Japan because he gets the adamantium taken out of him.
It was just in his hands, but he has the adamantium again in that one. And it is also confirmed in the original Deadpool movie. When Colossus is carrying him after the whole street scene, you can hear Deadpool say, "Man, this whole 2 timeline thing is getting real tricky."
The Colossus of Clout? Just kidding. Sandlot reference.
So anyway,
I got
that
the
wraps
reference.
up it.
No, we have some other shows we're looking forward to.
What other shows are you looking forward to?
Well, Dave is making a comeback. Dave is a show. Hi, I'm Dave. Little Dicky. Sorry. Is a rapper. He goes by the name Little Dicky. His songs are interesting, and he has a show about becoming a rapper, and it was pretty good. So the last we ended on that I can remember was him and his girl broke up at that wedding, and then I think that's how we get the song. And I don't know. I'm just speculating wildly there. And then another show coming up on the 13th is not The Witcher. Actually, we'll come back to that. Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty's coming out. I saw an ad on TikTok the other day where it was summer, and there's like a trend on TikTok. It's like, tell me you're blank without telling me you're blank. So like, tell me you're a millennial without. But she said, tell me you're a Rick and Morty fan without you're a Rick and Morty fan. I'll go first. And then she stops and says, obviously I'm a Rick and Morty fan. I carry this tangent.
It was fucking hilarious.
I'm excited. I'm excited for Rick and Morty, and I think it will be on HBO because they bought it. And then for The Witcher, Spartan, I did see that there's going to be possibly a spin-off, I believe, of The Witcher, but not quite The Witcher timeline.
Oh.
Well, Alan's read the beginning, like the prequels to what we saw on the show, and there's a lot of story and lore there, so for sure.
And compared to the books, like the show holds up, like almost to the detail. Almost. There are certain things that are removed or left out or changed for effect or for flow of the show, but it's pretty much like right there. I'm excited to see what the spinoff is, but I think they're gonna cover the next prequel book, and then after that, we're gonna go into the adventures of Ciri and Geralt.
Yeah, because I think we've only gotten the teaser trailer for now, but we should be getting a date for it here in the next 2 months or so.
It's time for a rewatch anyway.
Yeah. Toss a coin to your Witcher, boys. Girls.
A Valley of Plenty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Valley of Plenty.
I'm just looking forward to Bridgerton season 2.
You know what's cool?
Was that a punny joke for what you said earlier, Ryzen, or do you have a dark joke or a dark question coming? I gotta know. I gats to know.
Also, Spartan, you're so
Who
right.
is your favorite? Yeah, who is your favorite character, Spartan, in The Witcher? That's not The Witcher.
Yeah, Geralt is an automatic. He's everyone's favorite.
Yes,
I mean, in the show, I actually liked Yennefer's character. Like, I like how they played her out.
Yeah.
In the book, she's a Venturi.
Best case use for that word.
I like how
she is.
Disney invented a new slur.
Yeah. I like Dandelion's
Yennefer?
character, Jaskier.
Mm.
He was definitely yeah. In the books, his name is Dandelion because that's what Jaskier translates to. So the translator just changed his name.
Love it.
Mm-hmm. But I liked him in
Spartan,
the show.
You're my favorite. You're my favorite chatter. Besides Ryzen.
That's
for that
playing favorites.
All right, guys. What do we got going on this week?
We got Jaunt. No, that was last week. We got Joey Games on this week for Circle of Jerks.
I know he just had his birthday.
Right? He had an awesome stream.
Mm-hmm.
What do you ladies got going on Thursday?
Thursday I'll be back with Catalyst for some Final Fantasy. Unholy should be joining us. We've got some dungeons to do and all that fun stuff. But I will not be back on Sunday.
Why
Fair.
not?
Your family.
Yeah, I'm thinking about not streaming Sunday because it's Father's Day, but I will be streaming Friday. What do you got going on Thursday, NJ?
I'm going to be making my streaming debut back after a hiatus. And I think I'm going to come back with either Jeopardy, because I downloaded Jeopardy line through it. Like, make it your daily double, Alex! But every time I get a daily double. But yeah, we'll see. Probably Little Nightmares, but it's also been a hot minute since I've done an art stream too, so I kind of have a flamingo idea I want to try. I might do an art stream, but maybe I'll run a Twitter poll. And then Friday, Peach streams.
We're going back to the Peach Pit, boys. More music with Rocksmith. And maybe... Oh, wait, no. If I'm in a closed beta for Rocksmith Plus, I can't really stream that, can I? Yeah, I think
so.
That's all I'm doing.
I mean, Ryzen, do you subscribe that everything is predetermined? So, like, even if you found out that your children was going to do something bad, that you can't correct the situation, you can't correct the timeline. You're total
then I'll have the
TVA.
TVA.
I was gonna say, Ryzen's a total TVA.
Even if you kill your child, take out your child, someone else would just still replace them, so the mass event would still happen.
Yeah,
It just
that's
wouldn't be your child doing it.
and that's a real time travel theory. The more you do to try to prevent something from happening, the more likely it becomes to happen.
Just look at that, so Raven.
Because you have cornerstones in time that are predetermined to happen. It's just how you get to the cornerstone is the journey.
Yeah, to some extent.
Butterfly effect.
Yeah. But anyway, who we're rating tonight?
I think our channel point redemption was changed for our raid. Does anybody have a raid in the chat? A raid suggestion in the chat? It was changed.
Yeah, like 1,000 millennial bits. Tell us who to raid.
Ryzen, I'm taking him out. Just kidding. I don't know. I would need to think about that.
See who's online right now.
I would try to raise the kid better.
Mm-hmm.
That helps.
Hey, Alexi, Rockstar Alexi's online.
Hey Alexi. Hey Alexi.
Okay,
Lost
streaming.
Fables, Bo. Bo's back.
Still streaming.
So Peach has a warm heart in his place for anyone named Alexi.
My D&D character's name is Alexi. He's a Dragonborn. Silver Dragonborn. Fighter Bard.
There's King Rigby. He's playing 7 Days to Die.
Puzzled? Who do you want to raid?
Randomizer.
Hold on. I have dice. Hey, dog. But Artemis is right here and she's begging for pets. I think she wants to be let out. Oh my god, where'd my
So
dice go?
demanding.
I lost my dice!
Elementally NJ's on. That was the Peach's army call out.
Ooh.
Oh no.
That sounds great. Let's do that.
Fundamentally, NJ. Can't do it? What can't I do?
Elementally.
Okay. Thought I was following them. I
Listening.
remember following them. Oh, I see them. I see them. All right, guys. What are they playing? Make sure to tell them where you're coming from. Ooh, they're playing music. Thanks for coming, guys. Make sure to
Let's
check
ride this
out
wave.
make sure to check out everything else we got going on this week. Our producer this week is Puzzled. Shout out Puzzled.
Yay.
Make sure to show all the love and make sure to tell them where you came from. Good night, guys.
Bye, y'all.
Hey,
Thanks
we
for
had one
coming.
chatter on YouTube.
Hello there, chatter.